This YCN segment is brought to you by Harris Family Furniture in Plymouth, Laconia, and Chichester.
Welcome in, YCN Sports Talk. Jeremy Stout, Andrew Zerhide, and we are here. We have made it to the American League Championship Series. The Red Sox defeating the Yankees last night in Game 4 with a close game at the end. Craig Kimbrell making it close. The Red Sox offense coming alive in Game 3. In Game 4, started it out okay, chasing Sabathia. And then the middle relief pitched well. Barnes came in, pitched well. Obviously, Sale coming in late. Good game overall, just a little scary at the end, but they got it.
Yeah, it's never easy, unless you win by 15 runs, right? But no, Craig Kimbrell making it interesting, and really, the solo home run by Christian Vasquez is the difference in this game. Who would have thought that, right? I think it was only his 4th on the season. I think his first postseason home run just over the right field wall. That's a typical Yankee Stadium home run. But, a solid game. The bullpen came out in this one and was good. Matt Barnes, Ryan Brazier, they looked solid. And Chris Sale for that 8th inning. I did not expect to see that, but a perfect inning only through 13 pitches. So I think he's still in line to start Game 1 against the Astros.
Yeah, he was going to get to start anyway or get to pitch that day anyway because of it's that in-between day. And even if he was planning to pitch for Game 5 on Thursday, he'd still need to pitch. So it worked out well for everyone. So now we turn our attention to the Astros. The ALCS starts on Saturday night, and obviously you've got an Astros team who steamrolled the Indians, which was a surprise to everyone. I know the Astros are the better team against the Indians, and the Indians didn't play great this year, but a sweep, and the way they did it, not really any close games, was interesting to see. So now, before we get to the breakdown, this Astros team, they're a good team, and although the Red Sox have home field advantage, the Astros team might be the best when they're healthy. Yeah,
I agree. I think that offense, it's going to be tough to beat them. If you can shut down their bats, though, I think you have a okay chance to win. I know going up against Verlander and Garrett Cole and Dallas Keuchel, those starting pitchers are tough. I know the Red Sox have had some success against Verlander in the past. I remember the 2013 playoffs. When they were going up against Verlander, and Verlander was striking them out, but they eventually got to him and won some games, so they have some experience. But, the Astros, I really think they're the best team in baseball. I know the Red Sox, they won 108 games compared to the Astros 103. But I don't think that makes a difference. That's really, I think the Astros are the #1 team. They have the best starting pitching rotation. And that offense with Correa and Jose Altuve and all those guys, George Springer, he's been on fire. That offense is going to be tough to quiet down.
Yeah, and even Alex Bregman, he continues to hit home runs. He is unbelievable. And you're right, that Astros team, like I said, when they're healthy, they probably are the best team. It'll be a rematch of the ALDS from last year. Obviously, we remember that didn't go so well because the offense of the Red Sox wasn't as potent as they are this year. So the offense is potent. The starting pitching is pretty good. The bullpen has its moments, so it's going to be a tough task, but we start with that starting pitching. Obviously, after Sale, does David Price get the ball in Game 2, or is this a situation where maybe he comes out of the bullpen in the 3rd inning or something? Is it just something mentally, that start in the postseason?
I really think you should start Eovaldi in Game 2. That's what I think. I think you go with the hot hand. Eovaldi he was so good in that start against the Yankees, and that's exactly what the Sox needed. 7 strong innings. David Price, can you really trust him with a start in these playoffs? I don't know. Maybe you start him later on in the series, maybe in the Game 5 or 6 down the road. But Game 2, I just don't trust him for it.
And it will be interesting to see what happens, because Eovaldi, the biggest reason why he started against the Yankees was because he was so good against the Yankees. So will Cora make that move and bump him back behind Porcello, or will he keep him in? Because he did pitch well. Let's give the guy credit. He pitched really well. But I think maybe you start Erod or someone for 2 innings and then bring Price in relief. He pitched well in relief last year. I know he might not like it, but that might be the only way to go.
Kind of like an opener. You get a guy who can really shut down that beginning of the lineup. Just in that first inning, just get them through that. That's not a bad idea. You start David Price maybe with like the 6th hitter kind of in that lineup, and then you work him in that way. That's not a bad idea, but I agree with you. I just don't think you start him in Game 2.
Yeah, it's going to be tough, and even being at home where he does pitch better. But, we saw this, and he pitched well out of the bullpen last year against this Astros team because he hadn't started much late in the season because of the injury. He pitched out of the bullpen.
Yeah.
And you wonder if Cora, I mean, he's made some moves that have been unconventional, and they've worked out. Some of the starts that he put Nunez back in after Devers had a good hit. He put Holt on the bench after hitting for the cycle, and his moves have all worked out.
Brock Holt hitting for the cycle.
Yeah, that was crazy. The first ever postseason cycle. Alex Cora's moves have worked out.
Yes, they have.
The players have backed him up with their play on the field, so we'll see if it continues starting on Saturday night. Also coming up this weekend, big game for the Patriots. Sunday night, they play the Chiefs, maybe the game of the year. We'll talk about that when we come back. You're watching YCN Sports Talk.